Happy Friday, everybody. I said Monday. Oh, the drinking has started. First, let's welcome tonight's guest. He knows thoughtful prose like I know extra toes. Novelist and literary critic Walter Kerr. She's so southern, she sleeps in a deep fryer. Co-host of The Bottom Line, launching January 23rd on Fox Business, Dagan McDowell. She's the girl of your dreams if you have a 104 fever. Fox News contributor Kat Tiff. And finally, the Great Barrier Reef is his loofah. My massive sidekick in the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, All right, so before we get to some news stories, get all over the document scandal, it's time for this.
Greg's Leftovers.
Oh, I love this. It's Leftovers, where I read the jokes we didn't use this week. And as always, it's my first time reading them. So if they aren't funny, don't blame me. I checked out months ago. Here we go. Convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell is reportedly teaching etiquette classes to her fellow inmates. That's not even the punchline. Lessons include table manners, formal greetings, and folding a bed sheet with your neck. Also among her top rules, it's never polite to ask a teenager how old she is. Microsoft's new AI tool only needs to hear 3 seconds of your voice to mimic you, making it the only thing on earth that can do it faster than your angry wife. That's the stock photo that we found to explain marriage. Stock photos are great. Earlier this week, an Amtrak train got stuck in South Carolina and took over 36 hours to get to Florida. Usually, to get stranded that long, you'd have to fly Southwest. Whoa. In his new book, Prince Harry revealed that he once got frostbite on his penis during a trip to the North Pole. But luckily, his balls were safe in a jar in his wife's purse. Aides to President Biden have discovered classified documents in his possession. Biden has since apologized, saying he saw the words top secret and thought it was the KFC recipe. A professor at Penn State University is claiming that straight people can learn to be bisexual simply by watching gay porn. But my roommate Scott and I already knew that. I should read these. In Massachusetts this week, Ben Affleck was spotted serving people at a Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru. Said Affleck, "It's always nice to disappoint customers with something besides my acting." 6 journalists in South Sudan were arrested this week over the circulation of footage appearing to show President Salva Kiir wetting his pants. But they were later released and told if they can keep quiet about an incontinent president, they'll have a job at CNN. Yeah, a smattering. It's a smattering. A South Carolina veteran took down a knife-wielding man at a Walmart last Wednesday. No shoppers were stabbed, although several did die from obesity. That seemed kind of low and out of left field and funny. A father in Ecuador has legally changed his gender to improve his chances in a custody case. If he wins, he promises to sue himself for child support. And finally, for the first time in his presidency, Joe Biden visited the border in El Paso this week. When asked what the most memorable part of the trip was, he said, "Well, obviously, it was when I said, 'Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.'" Let's do some news. He left files by the Corvette, and like his pants, the excuses are all wet. A special counsel, aren't they all, has been appointed to investigate how top-secret classified documents ended up in President Biden's Delaware garage, and an office he used in Washington, D.C., and a third batch at his residence in Wilmington. It's true, you can now find classified documents wherever Balance of Nature is sold. Trying to get a sponsor deal. It's shocking. Usually when Joe leaves something behind, it's cleaned up with a carpet steamer. A lot of poop jokes. But it could be an honest mistake. After all, Joe left behind a lot more in Afghanistan, like weapons and people. But according to one Democrat congressman from Georgia, something much more nefarious is afoot.
I'm suspicious of the timing of it. I'm also aware of the fact that things can be planted on people. Things can be planted in places and then discovered conveniently.
It's an interesting theory. Almost as interesting as Guam tipping over into the ocean.
My fear is that the whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
It's a classic, and I love that man. So he's actually suggesting someone planted the documents to frame the president. Seems pretty hard to believe, considering Biden's garage was locked. But let's be honest, if Biden is being framed, we know who had the opportunity and motive.
What do you want to know?
I want to give you.
I called it.
But you know who the real winners are in all of this? Chinese spies, who can now get top secret files at garage sales. Before, they had to bang Eric Swalwell. Walter, great to see you. I can't wait to hear your opinions. I love this story. It's the best story. It's the best karmic story of the year, so this early year, don't you think?
Well, I think the meaning of this story is that the Democratic Party has decided it's time to lock Joe Biden in a garage.
Yes.
And it's probably a good idea. He's a lot like a vintage Corvette, Joe Biden. He's kind of nostalgic to look at, but if you take it out and drive it, it might break down and you can't get parts. He's also like a vintage Corvette in that he doesn't meet modern emissions standards. No catalytic converter, a lot of noxious tailpipe emissions.
Yes, that's so true.
But, you know, the other thing I keep thinking is, why are there documents in the garage? Isn't everything on a computer these days?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only documents left are like marriage licenses, the Declaration of Independence. So what's in there? Like the Magna Carta?
Yeah.
Or,
yeah, exactly. This is kind of, to use a bit of your metaphor, if this is a plot by the Democrats, which it might be to get him out, it's like they're trying to get the car keys from Gramps. That's what they're trying to do. Gramps can know what?
Or if it was a plot by the Democrats, it could be because they want Trump to look good, because they think that Trump would be easier to beat than somebody like Ron DeSantis. I'm just saying, if we're doing conspiracies, let's get more creative.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. Boy, that's a lot of work, though. And
Yeah,
the last time they did that...
I don't think that's what happened.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, they tried that before and he got elected.
Yes.
No, they did. But they did. They absolutely did that already. But they still feel so comfortable running against him. They don't have much else. But they're still doing the well, look at how bad Trump is thing. All these years later, they still are doing that.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, Dagan, I love that. This is like a karmic implosion of the Avenatti scale. Right? Remember, Avenatti was on the, why Biden reminds me of that is they both were self-righteous blowhards about a specific thing, right? And that specific thing has hoisted them on their own petard. And I don't even know what a petard is. But I'd like to be hoisted on one, if you know what I mean.
I bet you would.
Yeah. Hoist me on your petard. Hoist me, I say.
I do have a lot of ropes and pulleys at home, but I won't say that word because if I say it in Southern, it's going to get me into trouble.
Right.
I'm not going to talk about Avenatti, but I do understand people women who carry grudges, as I have a lot of like little homemade dolls in my apartment of people I put hexes on, and purses, you know, little old pantyhose stuffed with cotton balls. Never mind. I think this is a woman. I'm going to travel down Tyrus's road, because if you want to get back at a man, you go after his car. And you go in the garage with a stiletto and you go after the tires on the vet. And while you're in the garage shivving the tires, you're going to plant some extra documents to, you know, to make sure the think tank documents in D.C. are not a one-off. And just thinking out of the box, it's definitely Kamala Harris. You have to realize that if you listen to her, I was the Attorney General of California. I was a U.S. Senator, and in the last 2 years, you've had me talking about space with some kitty actors and being a greeter for dead fish in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And now you've decided, you old jackass codger, that you're running again. You got to get rid of him.
You know, the awesome.
If you really want to go after a man, what you do is you get with his dad, and then you make him call you his stepmom.
That's interesting. You know, I thought, Tyrus, that she's getting back.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I was like, should I say it? And it was too late.
Yeah, because I had.
That would hurt, right?
When you said petard, I had thought something else, so I can't say it. But
Remember, he was the guy that hurt that little girl. Remember on the debate? I was that little girl you put on a bus or not on a
She put him on a bus.
Yes.
But
I was that little girl.
But she loves buses, so
Yeah.
it's like confusing.
Electric bus.
Because it would make sense.
Yeah.
Like, he put me on the bus, so I'm gonna put him on the bus.
Yeah.
Out of D.C.
Exactly.
You know, she couldn't say that because that sounded cool. But my favorite part of this whole thing is they still blamed all this on the Trump administration.
Right.
Because they made it weird when they're transitioning, and that's why we took all the documents with us, because there was no one to give it to. Like, that's literally what they're going with, which makes zero sense. Listen, it's Kamala's people probably jumped on this, but this is what happens when you let your kids put your stuff away. They just put it anywhere.
That is true.
Hunter had one job to do. One thing. Take all the documents that connect me to you and get rid of them.
Yes. And you know what he did?
And he hid them at the places where he would never go: a library, dad's garage, and home.
Yes.
Classic son up.
Yeah.
One job.
Yeah. Kat, last word to you. Has this been a great week for I guess, I don't know, justice?
No, because nothing's going to happen. I mean, it's just what people in power know that they're afforded special treatment, and then they behave in a way that reflects that. So, typical week.
The typical week. All right.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.